Hello everybody and welcome to the Ozzimon Library. I of course am your host, the Librarian, and today in this video I will be creating a White Ranger and a Black Ranger for the Power Rangers Ninja Storm team. Power Rangers Ninja Storm is a really odd and unique team because it has a Red Ranger and a Blue Ranger, but the Blue Ranger is technically aqua color. Even in different teams it's been labeled as the aqua color, especially in Dino Charge, but yet their additional Rangers are red and blue, that is called Crimson and Navy, and then to round it off we have green. Really weird and strange concept, but it definitely has an additional factor with the elements, of course, red being air, yellow being earth, blue being water, navy and crimson being thunder rangers, and then green doesn't have an element but is classed as a samurai, which quite often correlates with ninjas, especially if you look at things like Naruto and stuff. So in this video I'll be making a black ranger and a white ranger, taking in the elements into consideration as well. So with this being said, let's dive in. Now, of course, if there's any other team that you want me to design a Power Ranger for and, want to see me make additional characters for, do let me know. In the description down below, I do have a link that you guys can click on, which I'll talk more about at the end of this video. But of course, hit that comment section with more Power Ranger teams that you guys want to see me add additional Rangers to. So with this being said, let's dive in with our Black Ranger. So what's the first thing when it comes to mind when you think of black? When it comes to elements? Honestly, the first thing that came to my mind was shadow and darkness. I don't think darkness would work. I don't want to make this character a bad guy. So I'm making both the Black and White Rangers girls. Why? Because poor old Tori has to deal with 5 blokes 24/7, and that just seems a bit unfair. So Tori's getting some additional female support here. So the Black Ranger's element will be shadow itself, and the way that I see this working is Shikamaru from Naruto. The whole needs a shadow to manipulate a shadow. Granted, I know Tori can blast water out of her fingertips, and we know that, Shane can run wind and stuff, but I need to limit it somewhere, and I also need to make some form of sense. So the Shadow Ranger can manipulate shadows that are around her, very similar to Shikamaru. Her weapon of choice will be a kind of a chain with a claw on the end. Now, when it comes to her Zord, I went with a spider, or tarantula, if you will, because, come on, we're talking about dark and creepy things, and also we do have 2 beetles, and bugs are never used in Power Rangers. I know Super Sentai has, but that's different. So with that being said, the little changes I have made to the suit is, first off, her skirt is a little crooked and a little pointy, instead of the average Power Ranger circular skirt. The shoulder pads are now nets representing webs. We have her little logo on her forehead is going to be a web pattern, and her logo on her chest is going to be a spider. Now, the logo on the chest for the Ninja Storm trio are very basic. Not much detail, so I tried to copy that as best I can with a spider hanging on a web. Of course, I did add some white to the wrists and the boots and the belt, just so she's not all black. The black is more of a lighter shade of black going into grey, but that's fine. But yeah, here we have our Black Ranger. Now, again, click on the link that's in my description for more details on her personality, her actual person, because she's actually themed off a very particular, very popular black or dressed character, as in she wears a lot of black, very popular character in fiction nowadays, and make sure you click on the link down below for that. So we have our Ranger that can manipulate shadows. So who's the White Ranger? Well, again, like I said, both of them will be girls, because I need to give Tori some backup here. Her gold is a bit more gold. I went with a darker shade for the Black Ranger. Hello, she's all about darkness. So the White Ranger, her gold is going to be a lot more dominant. I haven't done anything with shoulder pads, but I have made her skirt a little longer. Again, a lot of white because she's the White Ranger. The symbol on her chest I have made black. I didn't know what other colour to go with. I did think maybe gold, But I thought it'd be a cool little mirror because she does mirror the Black Ranger. The symbol on her forehead is meant to represent her bug Zord, but I thought a diamond would make a lot of sense because her ability is light itself. More than likely she'd manipulate it into blades that she can throw or balls that she can throw of some kind. My thought pattern here was Dagger from Marvel and the main protagonist from the Gone series, which is a book series. I highly recommend them. So her insect would be a moth. Two reasons. First off, whenever you think of beautiful insects, moths and ladybugs are kind of like the first thing most people think of. But there is an absolute gorgeous breed of moth, which is all white, and it's absolutely stunning. And I thought, let's give some love to the other insects and show off the beauty of the world. So why not give her a moth instead? And obviously, no offense, a girl with a butterfly is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? A little on the nose. It's kind of predictable. So I thought, let's mix up a bit. So the White Ranger will have a white moth Zord, and the Black Ranger will have a black tarantula Zord. Kind of sticking with the bug theme. I know spiders and tarantulas are arachnids, but they're still classed as bugs to a lot of people. So with the moth and the tarantula Zord, the White Ranger does have the ability to throw daggers or explosive orbs of something of light, and she can blind people with a flash of light as well. Then, when it comes to her weapon of choice, I was either thinking daggers or sickles made out of, obviously, white light constructs of some kind. I wanted her to be quick and up close because the Black Ranger with her chain with a claw on the end would be long ranged and melee. So I thought, okay, let's make this character the complete opposite. And no offense with the Red Ranger and the Crimson Ranger already having blasters, and then the Blue Ranger having her megaphone thing. That's 3 long range weapons already. Granted, the other 3 Rangers do fill out the whole, it does even out, but I didn't want them to be long-range weapons because Tori already has that covered. So I thought, why not make her close range and give them some bit more badassery? So there we go, we have our Black Ranger and our White Ranger, but there's something else that kind of makes these two quite unique when it comes to their concept. If you noticed, the Black Ranger can manipulate shadow, kind of similar to Shikamaru, and then our White Ranger can make flashes of light and balls of light. Well, that's because they're inspired by, well, I actually said her name earlier, but Cloak and Dagger themselves. They're actually inspired by Cloak and Dagger. Now, like I said, if you guys want to see their personality and you want to see who the people are, make sure you click on the link down below, because I actually designed these Rangers for the 300 Bro Studios. I'm a big fan and a friend of theirs, and I draw some of their stuff. I also drew their chibis as well that they use for avatars. So make sure you click on the link down below where they actually discussed about creating the characters themselves, how they're themed and everything on top of their Ranger forms as well. So make sure you check that video out after this one. So yeah, our White Ranger and our Black Ranger are there, and I'm very happy with them. So I'm just gonna quickly state that I know for a fact I haven't been around here for a hot second. I'm actually setting up January going into 2026. I kind of like being ahead of schedule, and also, it's just a little hard to do that when I've got to draw things for the exact week that I've got to upload videos. I do all this by myself, don't forget. I'm drawing, I'm editing, I'm recording and uploading, and I do it all by myself. So sometimes there's gonna be chunks of time where I don't upload anything because not only do I have to come up with these cool concepts, but I do everything by myself. So thank you everyone for bearing with me. Now with that being said, 2026 is being handled, and I'm already started working on stuff for January. When it comes to the rest of the year, there will be a break. in December because Christmas is just hectic. I do have a kid, I do have a partner, and things. Christmas is just a hectic time, and no offense, I don't really talk personally on this channel, but Christmas just isn't a fun time for me, personally, for traumatic family reasons. But yeah, so we're taking a break in December anyway, so there will be a couple more videos dropping between now and the end of November, but overall December will just be a massive break. And then from the 1st of January, and hopefully for the first several weeks of January, I'm going to have lots of different videos. I actually do have a group chat with some of people that I've kind of become friends with over the years who do work with me on other channels and other projects. They are actually helping me solidify concepts. I'm doing all the drawing and still, all the work still, but when it comes to the ideas themselves, I am having some help working throughout January, going into February, and I can't wait for 2026. So if you guys can just bear with the lack of uploads and just accept the fact there will be a couple more, and then December there won't be anything, and then the 1st of January we're hitting hard with a brand new idea. When it comes to Pokemon, we've got some fun things with Power Rangers, the Orange Ranger series will continue, and Ozzimon themselves will start, and I shall start uploading the creatures and the videos for Ozzimon, because one of the videos I will be dropping before this year ends is the update to the summoning of Ozzimon, so look out for that. Thank you everyone for tuning into this video. I really hope you guys do like my Orange Ranger series, and so I thought we'd try a different colour with the black and the white Ninja Storm. Do let me know what other Ranger teams we should cover next, and I'll think of a colour and things like that. If you want to see the weapons, maybe I can do a video on the weapons as well. With that being said, I love you all. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell so you don't miss a video when I do drop them, and I hope you're looking forward to our big projects coming out next year. And of course, with that being said, I shall see you guys in the next video.